In this podcast episode, Lewis Howes welcomes Gary Vaynerchuk, a well-known entrepreneur, author, and digital media mogul. Gary discusses his journey as an entrepreneur, emphasizing the importance of self-love and emotional peace. He asserts that success and fame do not change a person, but rather expose who they truly are. He believes that one's relationship with oneself is crucial for sustainable success and happiness. Gary delves into the challenges he has faced in his career, such as his struggle with celebrating wins and his difficulty in being candid with employees. He reflects on his upbringing as the oldest child of immigrant parents, which shaped his sense of responsibility and work ethic. Despite his success, he admits that he often struggles to appreciate his achievements and tends to focus on solving problems rather than celebrating victories. The conversation explores the concept of self-love and the importance of being at peace with oneself. Gary shares his belief that many people are not in a good place mentally and emotionally, which hinders their ability to achieve sustainable success. He emphasizes the need for individuals to work on their internal mindset and develop a healthy relationship with themselves to overcome anxiety and unlock emotional peace. Gary also touches on the topic of honesty and candor, admitting that this has been a weakness for him in his career. He struggles with being honest with employees who are underperforming, especially when he cares about them personally. Despite this challenge, he acknowledges the importance of being candid and transparent in business relationships. Gary delves into the concept of falling in love with the color purple, metaphorically representing a mindset or perspective that is different from the traditional red or blue viewpoints. He discusses the importance of challenging oneself to think differently and to embrace new ideas and perspectives. He also touches on the role of parenting and how early influences can shape a person's mindset and behavior. The conversation then turns to dealing with the opinions and judgments of others, especially in the context of pursuing one's goals and dreams. Vaynerchuk encourages listeners to focus on positive consumption, surround themselves with supportive friends, engage in regular exercise, and consider alternative therapies such as psychedelics to overcome the fear of judgment and criticism. He emphasizes the importance of taking control of one's own narrative and not letting external opinions dictate one's actions. Gary expresses his confidence in the younger generation, particularly Gen Z, and dismisses concerns about their ability to succeed. He believes that every generation has its challenges and opportunities, and that it is up to individuals to take responsibility for their own success. He encourages young people to work hard, learn from others, and not rely solely on external support or resources. The conversation then addresses the topic of privilege and entitlement, especially among those who have been fortunate in their upbringing. Gary advises individuals who have had a privileged upbringing to challenge themselves, work hard, and not rely on their family's wealth or connections to achieve success. He stresses the importance of taking ownership of one's own journey and not expecting things to come easy. Gary shares his thoughts on navigating a busy and diverse portfolio of businesses, relationships, and content creation. He attributes his ability to manage multiple ventures to his entrepreneurial mindset and work ethic. He explains that he is not afraid to let go of projects or opportunities that are not working out, and that he is constantly evaluating and adjusting his priorities based on what is most important at any given time. Gary emphasizes the need to prioritize self-care and mental health, even in the midst of a hectic lifestyle. He acknowledges the fear of losing loved ones as a deeply troubling thought and expresses his gratitude for the relationships he cherishes. He suggests that practicing gratitude can shift one's perspective from focusing on what is lacking to appreciating what one already has. By acknowledging the simple things in life, such as waking up in the morning, individuals can cultivate a sense of abundance and contentment. Accountability is another key skill Gary discusses as a way to achieve happiness. He believes that taking responsibility for one's actions and outcomes is crucial for personal development. He emphasizes that blaming others or external factors for problems only compounds unhappiness, and that holding oneself accountable is the key to finding solutions and moving forward. Gary also touches on the importance of communication within one's inner circle to foster self-awareness. By creating a safe space for honest feedback from trusted individuals, individuals can gain valuable insights into their behaviors and attitudes. He suggests organizing a dinner with close friends and family members to encourage open and honest conversations about personal strengths and weaknesses. Gary reflects on his own journey towards self-awareness and the impact it has had on his life and relationships. He also challenges listeners to consider their own perspectives on gratitude and accountability, encouraging them to adopt a mindset of abundance and ownership. Gary addresses the prevalence of blame in society and the negative impact it can have on individuals' well-being. He urges listeners to shift their focus from criticizing others to taking responsibility for their own actions and choices. By embracing accountability and practicing gratitude, he believes that individuals can overcome anxiety, unlock emotional peace, and ultimately find happiness. The conversation delves into the concept of boundaries and the importance of setting limits with individuals who bring negativity into one's life. Gary expresses his belief that it is essential to address issues and not allow negative behavior to continue unchecked. He advocates for seeking therapy or finding constructive ways to address conflicts rather than cutting off relationships entirely. Gary reflects on the idea of giving more than you take as a definition of greatness. He shares his perspective on positivity and negativity, highlighting the prevalence of insecurity and envy in society. He stresses the need to focus on positivity and to actively seek out joy and happiness in life. He discusses his approach to creating content that promotes positivity and inspires others to adopt a similar mindset. The conversation shifts to Vaynerchuk's insights on the future of social media and the attention economy. He predicts the rise of AI-driven content creation, virtual influencers, and live streaming as key trends in the digital landscape. He emphasizes the importance of creating engaging content that resonates with audiences and predicts a shift towards long-form content consumption. Gary shares his vision for leaving a positive impact on the world through his projects, including VFriends and VaynerX. He discusses his passion for creating meaningful content that connects with people on a deeper level. As the conversation nears its end, he is presented with a hypothetical scenario where he must leave behind 3 truths on his final day. He reflects on the power of perspective, the importance of fighting for love, and the value of competition in life. He emphasizes the need to embrace competition as a positive trait and cautions against demonizing alpha skills in society.